At 6'6". Number 2, power forward, standing 6'8", number 43, CchiCco21300's. The other 4, standing 6'8", number 30.
Thank you for tuning in this Sunday evening. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. And now the opening lineup for Boston. The wing pairing, it's White and Brown. Tatum out there with Porzingis. And it's Holiday in at the 1 spot. And for the Pistons, guard spots filled by Cunningham and Ivy. Siakam is out there with that. Adams, and it's Duran in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And we know, Greg, most of the talk coming into this game focused on the front court matchup. A lot of talent in the low post here.
And, you know, a lot of times that means it'll come down to the rebounding battle. Whoever controls the boards will have a big leg up in the physical and mental aspect of this game.
Now, here's Adams. Against Phoenix, he was really on his game. And a wide open look for Siakam. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot.
Well, you love the confidence from Pascal Siakam. Ready on the catch, rise and fire. Nicely done.
Tatum passes to White. Brown against Adams. Brown kicks to White. Back to Brown. And he banks in the layup.
Well, you have to love how Jaylen Brown keeps his attention on the rim. He doesn't let the defense change his shot.
Cunningham against Holiday. Adams outside. Four on the clock. Driving inside. Ivy, no one around him. Drops in the tray.
You know Ivy loves to find that shot. The defense has to be more careful with him at the arc.
Ivy against White. Left side, Brown. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
You know, we talk about length defensively. Siakam's so long offensively, trying to get a challenge on him. You are often going to put him at the line.
Siakam hits them both. And so just over a minute and a half played. White looking around. Brown outside. Jacks up a three. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Well, Jaylen Brown has quality handles now. Relentless on the attack when he's got the rock in his hands.
Adams wide open. And right away they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end. Boy, 4 for 4 to get things started. Must have been a good shoot-around this morning.
Celtics have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. White the pass to Holiday. Now Porzingis puts up a three. Siakam pulls it in. And you talk about a tough matchup, Doris, for teams against this one. Kristaps Porzingis. He is a tough cover.
Yeah, listen, Kev, this guy has that rare combination of both size and skill, increasingly more efficient, and when he's healthy, he's really been a problem.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
When you are the aggressor passer, being assertive. Very often you're going to get the whistle, as Derek White did there.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Feeds to Adams. The pass to Ivy. Back to Adams. Ivy kicks to Adams. Puts up a deep three. Rebounded by the Celtics. This game against Detroit here, it's their first meeting of the season.
Yeah, plenty of familiarity in this matchup. Last season, they were knocked out of the playoffs by this club.
Now here's White. Last game he had 13. 5 on the clock. Puts it up. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Here's Adams. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Here's Brown driving to the basket. In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest. The Pistons have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Ivy dishes to Adams. The tray. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Holiday, the pass to Brown. White against Ivy. White, bounce pass. Feeds away. It's hauled in by Adams.
What a masterful job on the defensive end. Did everything possible to alter that shot.
Oh, and the jam by Adams.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. Now, here's Brown. 7 points in the game. Holiday looking over the floor. Here's Porzingis. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
We're talking about a big man with excellent touch. Porzingis will never shy away from a mid-range opportunity.
Ivy kicks to Adams. That 3 off the mark.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Tatum dishes to White. Over in the quarter, Porzingis. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the three-point bucket. But he'll go to the line to shoot 3. That's on Jalen Duren. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
Yeah, and in addition, their ball movement has really unleashed their offense. Boy, they've been fun to watch.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. It has been a strange year for a few teams that thought they started a little stronger, Greg.
Yeah, what you see on paper coming into the season, that means very little until you're put to the test. But these teams have time to make adjustments in their schemes and personnel.
Adams, the pass to Siakam. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And offensively right now, each team getting what it wants.
Yeah, this is already a high-scoring game, but we knew that was a possibility coming into this one.
That ties it up.
Yeah, the evolution of Tatum as a passer is evident. This guy more committed than ever to making the right play.
Cunningham inside, guarded by Holiday. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That's his first foul. Pritchard, he's checked in for the Celtics. Adams, a good look. And Detroit again with the bucket.
I'll tell you, this guy is proving to be a problem for the defense. In this quarter, he has been special.
Here's Pritchard. Really struggled in the loss against Indiana. Tatum kicks to White. Here's Brown. Rebound by the Pistons.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's Adams. Over in the corner, Cunningham. Nailed from three-point land. Cunningham's got 5.
And defense has to guard Cade in the corner. He will take and make that shot.
Right the pass to Tatum, and it's Jaden Ivey with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Boston making a switch here. Outside, Horford. Nice ball movement by Boston. And Thompson sends it back. Left side, Adams. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
And the Celtics making a change here. Douglas is checked in. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Celtics trail by 6. Here's Hauser. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. That's tipped, stolen by Thompson. And now the Pistons, fast break. The pull-up. Adams' shot is off. Boston's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Dishes to Thompson. Back to Adams. The layup missed.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Adams against Douglas. Left side, Horford. Pass to Douglas. Shot clock at 6. With the drive. Here's Pritchard. Porzingis on the follow.
Well, this is an aspect where Porzingis has been criticized, not rebounding with authority, but boy, he does so there.
Adams outside. Celtics trail by 4. Here's Pritchard. Scoreless thus far. The wide open look here for Porzingis. And the 3 off target.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Adams finds Valanciunas. Kick out to Adams. Over to the wing. Shoots the 3. And Pritchard pulls it down.
This shot's just, it's not there right now. With this team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
And the Pistons making a change here. Stewart's checked in. Here's Pritchard. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Outside, Horford. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Pritchard. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
And I credit the shot selection in that one. It's hard to stay patient, but you see the reward.
Well, typically, Greg, great decision-making leads to great shooting percentages. I thought that team played a very smart game.
Now here's Adams. 11 points in the game. Pass to Sasser. Drive by Adams. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
All right, here's a look at stats for Adams. What a run he's been on over the past few weeks. How about 44 points per, 14 assists, and over 4.5 steals a game.
And what is crazy is that these numbers might not even do his game justice. He's been phenomenal.
Feels like every night this guy does something that just blows your mind. So fun to watch. Someone the other players look up to.
Here's Pritchard. Outside, Porzingis. And it's off from 3-point range.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Here's Adams. Stewart in the corner. Thompson dishes to Adams. It's tipped, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession. And let's look now at which teams have been the hottest offensively for the past 10 games. The Pistons, number 1. 5th on the list, the Celtics.
And they may be getting it done in slightly different ways, guys, but both of these teams are putting up a ton of points.
Passes to Stewart. And the dunk by Stewart.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
Out to the wing. Here's Harris. He can't get that one. Good work defensively by Horford. Here's Hauser. Adams defending. Knocks it loose. To the left side wing. Pass to Hauser. Fires the three. That's good with a Douglas assist.
This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected or it's a problem.
Floats one up. Out to Harris. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Adams outside. That one doesn't go.
It's almost like he's trying